Now, we all know it is a testing time for businesses in the UK at the moment, but what about the well-being of company staff? A panel of successful entrepreneurs and leading thinkers have joined forces to share ideas on how to improve physical and mental health in the workplace, because let's face it, we're all feeling a bit stressed nowadays, aren't we? Well, to tell us more, I'm joined by the beauty entrepreneur, Liz Earle, and the Supper Club's managing director, EJ Flynn. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Liz, your brand, Liz Earle, is all about health and well-being. So I would imagine it's quite easy for your company to have that approach to your employees.
Yeah, I mean, I'm no longer part of the beauty company because that was sold back in 2010. So I work in wellbeing and publishing. And it is all about how to live well and feel well, because if you have a stronger, healthier workplace and team, then obviously you're going to have a stronger, healthier business. I mean, it just... To me, it's so obvious, it makes such sense. I can't understand really why it's taken us so long to talk about it as employers.
So health and wellbeing is your business, so you would imagine, of course, you do that as a matter of course your employees. But EJ, talk to us about companies like big banks, big corporations where stress is high and health and wellbeing is sort of an afterthought, perhaps.
Well, I think more and more people are starting to talk about the topic in the media, in our culture generally. And we were actually speaking at an event recently in partnership with AXA PPP Healthcare. And the big topic that came out was actually employers are starting to look at health and wellbeing as a clear strategy in their business. A, because it helps from an attraction and retention point of view for staff, because they're more likely to go to a business that has got a clear health and wellbeing strategy. But also the fact that, as Liz has mentioned, the more and more evidence is showing that a happier, healthier workforce are more productive, more creative, and that can only be good for business. So I think whether you're running a small SME, 10 people, or whether you're a big bank with tens of thousands, I think the leaders in those businesses are starting to really think about it as a way forward. Yeah,
Liz, it's sort of a moral obligation, really, isn't it, to look after your staff, of course, but businesses look at their bottom line. They want to know how it, it improves their business when it comes to money. Yeah. And what do you notice you get more out of when it comes to your business if you look after your staff?
I find that things like flexible working makes a huge difference. And my view is, listen, if I trust somebody enough to pay you, I'm going to trust you to be able to work at home. I don't necessarily want you to schlep into the commute and arrive tired and exhausted and frazzled. If you can get up and start working at home and be productive, then that's fine by me. So I love building teams and communities, and I think that strengthens relationships. It reduces office politics. Because I work in wellbeing, we have a Wellbeing Wednesday, which is like a bring and share lunch. I write about gut health, so there's lots of fermented foods, and there's big links between mental health and what we eat and how we can improve how we feel. We encourage people talking about sleep strategies, because sleep is a huge business asset.
I'd be interested in that one.
You can't make good decisions, can you, if you haven't had a good night's sleep? Yeah. So how do we make sure that people can better protect their sleep so they're better able to work?
Yeah. And EJ, it doesn't have to cost companies a lot of money to put some of these measures in place. We were talking a couple of weeks ago here on Sunrise about to tackle the nation's obesity crisis. Workplaces should introduce lunchtime yoga, for example, which isn't actually eating up any company time. It's eating up employees' time, but it's actually beneficial for them.
Yeah, I think what I'm certainly hearing about from members of the club, entrepreneurs, that work really well is offering the options. So someone would love yoga and may try it and think, this is great, this is really for me. Other people really enjoy meditation. Other people were just like, I just want to get on and do my work so I can go home a bit earlier and spend time with my family and not feel pressured that I have to do things and work. Other organisations have created better environments. One person at this event mentioned he has a ratio of 45 plants per head in his team.
Oh, wow.
Which is great. So he keeps that as a kind of key measurement.
I went into an organisation the other day, and it was one of these communal workspaces. Lots of companies work in there, and they had sleep pods in there.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm advocating those here at Sky, maybe for us during the break, because obviously we're very sleep deprived. Yeah, sleep pods are a great idea, I think.
Yeah, 20-minute power naps, proven to just shut your brain down, have a quick rest, and then you can come back to work. So I think having all those options is what works really well.
I was talking to a friend yesterday who's been working in China, and she said there's compulsory sleep after lunch. Literally everybody stops between 1 and 2.
Like being at nursery school having an
and they go and lie
nap.
down on their blankets. They have a nap, and then the whole nation pretty much is doing that.
OK, I'm all for sleep pods and power naps. That's what I'm taking away. Liz and EJ, thank you so much. Health and wellbeing at work. Oh, all that politics is coming up in about 5 minutes' time, so I'll get a nap then. But before that, here's the weather with Isabel.